What's happening, people? Once again, welcome back to youtube.com/Cubcamtv for this, another edition of Cub Reacts. We are going on to Requested Live, our weekly live stream that we run every single Friday at 5 p.m. A massive shout out to each and every one of you already joining the chat. It's been a good start to the day. The weekend is finally here. How are we all feeling? I hope everyone is doing okay. I hope everyone is well out there. Massive shout out to each and every one of you who's been involved in the chat already today. It's crazy the amount of people that are getting involved in these live streams, and I want to say thank you as well to each and every one of you for getting involved to the point where we have now hit 24,000 subscribers. Incredible stuff. We hit it over the last, we hit it yesterday, to be precise. Absolutely crazy. I didn't expect to ever hit 24k. We're now on the route to 25k, and we're already on 24.2, I believe it is, which is absolutely crazy. A massive shout out to each and every one of you joining the channel. If this is your first ever time locking into Requested Live, big up you. Thank you for joining us, and do get yourself involved in the chat on the right hand side. We have got a very busy show on the way this evening. We have got so many tracks to get into. It's really exciting to see so many of you joining us nice and early right from the jump there. And a massive shout out to Deadly Lord joining us, Dominic Andrews in the chat as well, out to Kome, out to Fred joining us also alongside this. Massive shouts out to Oliapo with our first request of the evening. Massive shouts out to Faith joining us also. Good evening, Emmy Styles, how are you doing? Massive shouts out to Kim Rankin in the building as well. So many of you joining us. How are we all doing, my friends? Are we all good? Have we had a good start to the weekend? Have we had a good week? Have we been busy? What's been happening with you guys? I'm keen to hear. Do let me know how your weeks have been in the chat on the right hand side. I really look forward to doing these Friday streams, because more than anything else, it means we are kind of able to build a bit of a unit here. It's a thing I look forward to doing, kind of reviewing music with you guys. It's one of my favorite pastimes to do on a Friday, and it's really good for the channel as well. We get loads of extra content. You guys get to actually get the requests that you want as well, and it's always a very enjoyable thing to do on a Friday. So we're going to be streaming from 5 p.m, which is just gone, through till about I don't know, probably about half 6, I'd say, probably today. I'm trying to do it around an hour and a half now. We're trying to do the stream a little bit longer so we can fit a few more in, but as we have decided to do recently, we are going to be starting a new tradition where we're basically going to be looking at new artists for the first track of the day. Obviously, my day job is a radio DJ and presenter, and I get sent a lot of music to play. The whole focus of my breakfast show is all around essentially new music and doing things a little bit differently, exploring different genres of music, different sounds, and that's what we're going to be starting off with today. Let's get into it. A massive shout out to everyone joining us. Oliapo in the chat. Hello, sir. How are you? Out to Kome in there as well. Out to Faith joining us, saying my week's been very chill. Didn't do anything major. No, that's fine, though. You don't have to have a crazy weekend each and every week. I'm actually staying in all weekend this week, which I'm really, really excited about. I'm excited to just kind of sit here, enjoy my weekends. I'm watching I'm watching Last Kingdom at the moment, which I'm very much enjoying. I love anything to do with Vikings, me. I always enjoy programs. Vikings itself is great. The new one's great. And, yeah, watching The Last Kingdom. That's what I'm doing all weekend. But we are going to kickstart this evening's reactions with a new section that we are doing. As I said before, we're getting into the ones to watch section. That's how we're going to open things up today. As we've got a little bit longer, I can kind of throw a couple of bits in there that we can all enjoy. So for those that aren't aware, we're going to be getting into an artist who I've got a lot of time for, an artist who I've featured on my show numerous times. I always get to play exclusives from him, and we're going to play a track from him today, which I'm really, really excited for. Very excited. Out to Toricools, I think it is Toricools Teeks, saying Vunrent. I don't know what that means, but hopefully it's all good. Hopefully we haven't annoyed anyone. Exciting stuff. Out to Jarlove Detta in the chat as well. How are you doing, Detta? Good to see you in the live stream format. As always, it's great to see so many of you joining us on these streams. We're all here. We're here about new music, basically. And we're going to open up with a track that I'm very excited to get into, if I can get it past the advert stage. Right. Monologue out the way. Hope everyone's looking forward to the weekend. I most certainly am. And we're nice and ahead today. I'm so ahead with things today. Right. Let's get into it then. As always, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page. As you know by now, that's the spiel we like to go with. Turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, all of that good stuff. We are going to open up today with the sounds of some Great Adams. This one came out a little while ago alongside Jay Carlisle. If you don't know who Great Adams is, I believe he's based in Northampton here in the UK, but he is making absolute moves. Again, this one's on about 200k, only 2.18k subscribers. That's crazy for how popular popular he is. That's mad. But this is going to be the first track of the day that we're going to jump into. I really like this tune. Something a little bit different. Quite electronic, but also very enjoyable. Honestly, this guy can sing as well. He uses a lot of auto-tune in music, but I've heard him sing live, and it's absolutely incredible. He came down to the breakfast show and did a live freestyle, like a live singing freestyle, which is available on the channel. If you go down to the if you go down to the popular interview section on the homepage, you'll see him live in the studio, and honestly, this guy is absolutely crazy. But this is what we're going to jump into right about now. Massive shouts out to each and every one of you joining the chat. Don't forget to get your ratings in on the right-hand side. Let us know if you are feeling the tunes. At the end of the day, these streams are as much about you as it is about me sitting here. I'm merely here to host and kind of assist you all in getting the music up on the screen. That's literally it. Apart from that, it's entirely down to you guys when you give ratings. So let's jump into this one. As always, 2.5 minutes per tune. Let's kick things off.
I want to link up with you, my girl. I want to link up with you, oh yeah. I want to link up with you, my baby. You know, say it not easy for a man to guarantee, but I go like to guarantee, cause I could never break your heart. You can count on me, oh, you can count on me.
There we go.
It don't matter what the people say.
This is the sounds of Grey Adams alongside J. Carlisle. This one at Link Up, I've got to say, I am a massive fan of this tune. Again, very electronic with the vocals, but there's something you can still hear about the timbre of his voice that just cuts through like a really natural kind of warmth that works really nicely. J. Carlisle smashes this tune as well. He's also wicked at what he does. I know he kind of handles all of his own video shoots himself. He handles all his own production, mixing and mastering himself as well. And I think it's a real testament to how good he is. I can't lie to you. How are we feeling about this one in the chat, guys? Let me know.
And I will love you every night and day. And I say, baby, make you come my way. Yeah. Is that your time? Oh, what a man gonna do? Can I get my eyes off you? Oh yeah, baby, I love you. Nigga, give me that Winston. What a man gonna do? Can I get my eyes off you? Oh yeah, baby, I love you. Nigga, give me that Winston. I want to link up with you, my girl. I want to link up with you.
Something so catchy about the hook on this.
I
I remember when this tune first dropped, I was literally walking around at radio, just constantly repeating the hook. Just, I want to link up with you, my girl. So catchy and so simple. Honestly, he's one of the ones to watch. As you can see, he does absolute numbers. Whenever he plays as well, he seems to sell out shows around the UK, which is really cool to see. Definitely someone coming up on the international stage as well, starting to do some really cool international collaborations. Guys, how are we feeling about this one? Let's get some ratings into the chat on the right-hand side. I'm keen to hear from each and every one of you with each and every one of these new streams as well. I know for a fact the artists do check. I'm making sure the artists that we actually run on these are going to come and check the YouTube comments. So let me know how you're feeling about this one. I know they're keen to see what you fabulous people who join us on these live streams actually think.
Link up with you, my baby. I want to link up with you, my girl. I want to link up with you, oh yeah. I want to link up with you, my baby.
Like that as well that he really pays attention to detail with. The little kind of ad-libs and the fact there's so much melody going on is the reason I find his music so interesting more than anything else. It just feels like there's constantly something going on, a new element being added, a new twist being brought into the tune. And this is exactly the sort of thing I love to hear. If you follow the reviews on the channel, you'll know I like it when tunes develop. I like it when tunes constantly switch up and change as they move forward. And this is a perfect example of that. I think Grey Adams is definitely one to watch. I remember when he came down to do the freestyle, he sent me an instrumental that had like backing vocals that he recorded to make sure it was like the full thing. This is a guy that pays real close attention to detail with what he does, and again, he does it all himself. Like no mixing engineer, no mastering engineer. He does everything about his releases himself, and I'm pretty sure he's very involved with the directing of the videos as well, which is absolutely crazy. The amount of kind of creativity he's involved with.
So baby, come over, baby. I just want you closer, my lady. You and me, man, and me. Spend all of me money, sell every property, and it not bother me. Other wine there, one of a kind. Anything or anything, you know the vibe. Needing you, feeling you, touching you right. From the look in your eye. She want with me in a trouble car bubble. She a bubble one kiss up and a cuddle, and she end up in a bubble.
I love that sort of Very classic dancehall sounding switch up, man. I love it when you get the more sort of like toasted flows, like I love that switch up that we get on this one. Again, massive shouts out to Jay Carlisle, really nice guy. He was in the studio when we did the live show with Great Adams. Massive shouts out to Fred joining us. Happy to be here, Cubcam. I'm very happy to see you here, Fred. Thank you for joining us on the stream this evening. I don't know if this is your first time. I think I've seen your name pop up once before, but if it is your first time, welcome. Everyone say welcome to Fred. Get involved. Faith saying this one is an 8 out of 10 for me. Puts me in a good mood. That's literally the reason I like it. It just puts a smile on my face. Puts me into a good mood, and he has a real kind of way of just kind of actualizing kind of vocal happiness. You know, the way he builds his tunes, the way he stacks them, they just have a real positive energy about them. Emmy Styles saying, I'm loving this. 8 out of 10. I'll get into his catalogue. Definitely worth doing. He's got some absolute bangers in the catalogue as well.
She won't give me in a trouble car bubble. She a bubble one. Kiss up and I got to she end up in a bottle. Me did it on the double. That's how we end up in a bed.
I want to link up with you, my girl. I want to link up with you, oh yeah. I want to link up with you, my baby. I want to link up with you, my girl. I want to link up with you, oh yeah. I want
there
to
we
link
go
up
then.
with
We'll
you,
finish
my
off this
baby.
one here. The Sounds of Great Adams link up featuring Jay Carlisle. Really interesting tune, this one. I very much enjoy it. Out to Fred saying, happy mood song, this one, 7 out of 10. Alongside this, also getting a 7 out of 10 from Oliapo as well. Kome delivering a 7 out of 10, saying too much auto-tune for me, so 7 out of 10. Would it be higher if there was less auto-tune, Kome? Would it be higher for you? Faith saying, gives me the same feeling I get when I listen to Love by Tory Lanez. That's a big compliment, you know. Big up Great Adams each and every time. And that's how we're going to kick off today's stream. Guys, massive shouts out to each and every one of you for joining us. This is how we're opening things up today. And also, alongside that, if you haven't already, please make sure you are hitting that like button. If it's your first time here, you'll know that we are doing the typical thing that YouTubers do, which is asking you to like the video. The reason for this, very, very simple. The video gets more attention on news feeds. It pops up on more people's feeds and more people's kind of suggested bars if more people like the video. That's the purpose of likes on YouTube. It's basically to allow it to be like pushed towards more people. But there we go. Kome saying, yes, you would like it more if there was less auto-tune. It would be higher. Interesting. There we go. Massive shouts out to Great Adams. We're going to get into our second track of the day. We are not sitting still today. We are trying to get through as many as we possibly can. Oliapo Emmanuel has the next suggestion as well. I know you've been asking for this one for a couple of weeks, and I'm excited to finally get into it. Rotimi, this one, Weapon, featuring Fireboy Dml. I like Rotimi, man. I think he's got a bit of a mixed I think Rotimi's got a bit of a mixed kind of opinion about him. Obviously, he's an actor, but he's also a very, very kind of prominent artist, pretty credible artist as well, with what he does. I remember the video for this one being... I remember looking at the first minute and it being quite a lot, so I'm excited to jump into this. But yeah, obviously Rotimi, also a famous television actor. He's in Power, and he's got one of my favourite tunes of all time, Love Somebody. Absolutely love that tune. There's something so beautiful about the arrangement on it. The video is really nice as well. I know he's quite creative in front of a camera, obviously being like quite a prominent actor in what he does. I'm assuming that's going to be quite a normal thing to see. But we are going to get into this one now. Featuring Fireboy Dml. I believe this one came out last year on Rotimi's album, which is exciting. Obviously, he's still putting good music out there. Let's see how it sounds then. Guys, I hope everyone is enjoying the chat. Get ready to throw some fire emojis in if you are feeling it, and if you aren't feeling it, let me know why. We're trying to be constructive here more than anything else, but let's see how this one sounds. Let's go. Straight out of Power. Can you tell what sort of TV shows he's in?
Girl, I swear your sex is a weapon. Yeah, you are a shooter. Body bang bang. Yes, when your sex is a weapon. Yeah, you are a shooter. Body bang bang.
Oh, I'm so happy we're getting into this on the live because I can react properly. Yes! Rotimi, man. That's how you start a tune off. You go with the crazy, sort of psychotic-looking introduction that looks like it's come straight off Power, the TV show we know him from, and then you follow that on with one of the instantaneously most catchy hooks I've heard in a long time, that "'Cause you want shelter." I love it when you get those very sort of typical high-pitched vocals that kind of slide in. So clean, the way this one comes together. Guys, how are we feeling about it? This one sounds smooth to me.
Shot to my head, blow to my heart, left me for dead, then you took off. Girl, you use your sex like a weapon. Yeah, you on shooter, body bang bang. Man down, oh yeah. Another round in the clip. One shot, point blank, you don't miss. Shooter, body bang bang. Confessions of a killer. Murder she wrote.
Mad. Yeah, this is cold, man. This is proper cold. The thing I like about Rotimi, yeah, he's not afraid to kind of show personality and show kind of attitude and show kind of a different side of him with the music he makes. Like, obviously, there's a point to the video. The videos, what I gather from the video is he's kind of on a mission or is doing something and then basically gets captured as part of the mission. That's what I'm assuming is the video. But the actual vocal range he's bringing is so enjoyable, man. Like the callback to sort of like Murder, She Wrote, like things like that. There's a lot of kind of dancehall influence in here because of that. But then alongside it, you've got those very classic sounding R&B sounds that we kind of know Rotimi for. And realistically, the sort of sound that he could well have grown up on. That sort of early 2000s R&B is the sort of sound I always go back to, man. Like that's the impression I get. I get the impression he's very, very influenced by that in the way that he controls his vocals. Guys, how are we feeling about this one? Let me know in the chat on the right hand side. Always keen to hear from you. That's the point of this.
She no come for real love, but she love taking soul. Girl, I swear your sex is a weapon. Yeah, you on shooter, body bang bang. Yeah, I swear your sex is a weapon. Yeah, you on shooter, body bang bang. Shot to my head, blow to my heart, left me for dead, then you took off. Girl, you use your sex like a weapon.
Slaps, man. Yeah, coming in from this one, Emmy Star saying Rotimi, love it. Faith saying sounds like something I'd hear in the early 2000s, which is the type of music I love. Exactly the same. That early 2000s R&B period for me is just so unrivaled. You've got Mario, you've got early Neo, you've got early Usher, you've got obviously Ciara doing absolute bits. Yeah, said the exact same thing. Entirely, man. There's something about that era that almost like purposeful kind of corniness, but it's done so kind of smoothly. It's done with a level of finesse. Like I feel towards the end of the noughties, things got a little bit kind of purposefully corny and it didn't have the same finesse. Whereas this early kind of period, this feels like it's just had a bit of class about it. You know, there was almost like a way the videos were shot. There was a way things were mixed and mastered where it was a little bit kind of rolled off, still a tiny bit amateur, but still had a bit of charm. Out to Fred saying, beautiful song, love the tune from day one. It's my first time listening to it all the way through, to be honest with you. Out to Fred though in the chat, let's go.
Bang, bang. Man down, oh yeah. Another round in the clip. One shot, point blank, you don't miss.
We better start hearing some Fireboy in a second.
Suffer me, timba koni fun we show my dance so. Suffer me, timba for work be show my bounce so. Suffer me, see the way you move and turn around though. Make a brother man won't come unannounced though. Shooter, she carry bazooka, I'ma get you put out.
Let's go, Fireboy, hitting the high ends as well. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. This sounds fantastic, man. It's a good link up. Great intro from Fireboy, really bringing a lot of energy, matching Rotimi's energy as well. There's almost like that slight dancehall influence in the way, I don't even want to say influence, it sounds quite dancehall-y in the way that Fireboy kind of lands on this one. A lot of impact, a lot of kind of purposefulness in the way that he's actually pushing the vocal forward. Really liking the way this video has been shot as well. I don't know if it's been shot together because we haven't seen them in the same shot, but it looks very clean, the sort of transition, because they're using similar sort of backdrops like in front of the river. Very, very clever directing to kind of make it feel like they are in the same place. Really loving the sounds of this one, guys. Keep getting those votes in and those ratings in. Fred giving this one an 8 out of 10. Faith with the 10 out of 10. 6 fire emojis. That's a lot of fire emojis. Fireboy sounds sick, man. Let's go.
The way you do a body from Kalakuta, face from Sudan. She a shooter, body bang bang. Girl, I swear your sex is a weapon. Yeah, you are a shooter, body bang bang. Girl, I swear your sex is a weapon.
Oli Appo, you smashed it with this suggestion.
Shot to my head, blow to my heart.
Oh, I don't want to let it finish early, man, but we've got to keep to the rules.
Girl, you use your sex like a weapon.
Yeah, this one is a slap. The sounds of Rotimi, a weapon featuring Fireboy Dml. We've gone over 2 minutes 30, so we have to leave it for the time being. Oli Appo with the fire emojis. Emmy Styles saying loved it from the first time I heard it. I mostly played it during late night car rides. It's a 9 for me. Deadly Lord with the 7 out of 10. Deadly Lord, you are coming up in a second ratings wise in regards to what tune you can put forward. You suggested an alkaline tune that we've already done, so you are able to pick another alkaline tune. So basically pick another alkaline tune and we'll dive into it. We will do an alkaline tune, that's no worries, but we have done the one you suggested at the top. I literally did it earlier on today and that's available on the channel, so feel free to do a different suggestion. I don't want you to lose your place in the queue. You got in nice and early, so yeah, you can actually pick another alkaline tune, one we haven't done on the channel. But there we go, guys. Wicked sounds on this one. Rotimi with Weapon, official video featuring Fireboy Dml. I like the video on this one as well. Very, very well put together. Faith saying perfect scenario. At Emmy, obviously talking about the late night drives. I can feel that, man. It definitely does. I don't know what it is about that 2000s period, that everything should be listened to at night. There should be like street lights blurring in the background. There should be city blocks that are blurring in the background, but everything's still really nicely lit. That's exactly the image I'm getting off this one as well. Guys, how are we all feeling? We are 2 tracks in on today's episode of Requested Live. We're moving at a decent pace, and we're going to get into Kome's suggestion next. Really excited for this one, and I'm very excited to get into it. Deadly Lord, I mean, I did just say, I can see you in the chat right about now. There's one tune and then it's your go. We can't do Alkaline Weekend because we've already done it. That's literally on the page already. But you can pick another alkaline tune. Otherwise, I will have to skip over because there's a lot of people in the queue. But let me know a different alkaline tune to react to because we have already reacted to the weekend. It's literally on the channel now. Right, moving forward then. Massive shout out to everyone joining us. If you are new to the stream, please make sure you are hitting that like button. It makes a massive difference to the way the stream is kind of picked up by news feeds and things like that. So the more people that get involved and the more people that like it. I can also say this is the quickest that we have had 100 people join the video. We've just gone past 100 overall. Crazy stuff. Massive shouts out to all of you for joining us. We've never hit 100 within the first 20 minutes. Big up, you guys. Kome with the 7 out of 10 on this one as well. Interesting stuff. Let's go forward then. Kome, we're getting into your suggestion next. Respect the mods. Respect the moderators. Has to be done. Okay, cool. We'll go for the August Alsina. Wait, cool. We'll get into that one afterwards. Deadly Lord. Good stuff. Right. MC Galaxy with Second is the next one on the list then. It's exciting stuff. That Rotimi tune's stuck in my head now. It's lodged firmly there. I'm going to be singing it for the rest of the evening. Why have I'm all for YouTube advertising because, you know, it pays for a drink for me every now and then. However, the 25-second ones that you can't skip are an absolute ball ache, I can't lie. Right, Kome, can we have some information on this one, please? MC Galaxy with Second. This one, the official video, bracketed with Nigerian music. I'm excited to see what it sounds like. You always throw corkers forward, so let's see how this one sounds. Massive shouts out to each and every one of you locked in. Kome's suggestion they're always good, they're always interesting, they always provoke a good conversation. So let's get into it.
Top talent.
Okoko Bioko MC Galaxy
Big scale dance routines. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, these shuffles are a lot though. This is mad. Straight from the jump, Kome, you do me every single time. Loving the percussion on this one. Apparently, it's a comedy song. I'll keep my ears out, and we'll see as we go. But this one is sounding crazy so far. Really cool bass line. I'm loving the. What is it called? I know nothing about dancing, by the way. I know nothing. I like watching good dancers. I like watching cool dance routines. I've got such an appreciation for it. But I have no idea what any of the moves are called or any of the routines are called. What was that shuffle they were doing? Like just kind of sliding. along the way. Absolutely crazy. Out to Austin joining us saying react to Body on Fire by Buju. If we get time today, we will. Massive shouts out to Benny Coder as well saying please react to Why by Rema. Faith also saying don't get me started on these double unskippable ads. I mean, I understand why. If anything, it's YouTube doing listeners a favour and creators a favour because it means you're able to make a bit more off advertising. However, just make them skippable. Or just make them shorter and not skippable. Like, realistically, all you're going to be doing... I find, if you have an advert that is 25 seconds long and you can't skip it, you never want to buy the product because it's kind of being forced on you. But if it's like a 5-second one you can skip past, then you're fine. This one apparently is called the Shekem Dance. Okay, cool. Thank you, Kome.
This one a new dance. We call them second. Open your legs. One hand on your waist. One hand on your chest. Oh yeah, second. It's a nayo pocket. It's a nayo pocket. Ibadi ashe. Ukuki kakbacha.
This is really cool, man. Just on a kind of instrumental level, obviously we want to break down the instrumental structure. That's what we're here to do, more than anything else, break down the actual musicality to what's going on. This one sounding very, very clean indeed. Lovely percussion. Really kind of using the pockets more than anything else. That sort of stuttered, like, the triplet kind of pattern, constantly kind of ascending in the actual sounds of the percussion as well. Like, you've got a lower sound, then a mid sound, then a high sound, just really, really clean. Deadly Lord saying, Cubcamtv, more of these live streams, bro. We are live every single Friday from 5 p.m. onwards. I just don't physically have the time in the week. Obviously, I work in a lot of different things. I work in radio full-time. I run a record label as well. The only time I really have is on a Friday. Before I do things on a Friday evening, obviously, I've got shows sometimes I need to go and play, and I've got friends as well. So I'm not just completely alienating my friends. But yeah, Fridays, 5 p.m. onwards. We sometimes go through till about 6:30, maybe 7 in the future. We'll see. But this is really, really cool so far, man. Really liking the sound. Out to everyone joining us. Benny Coder saying, love your reactions, man. Thank you. It's a very kind thing to say. Thank you for joining us on the live streams. Real Chester saying, Alkaline. React to Alkaline. Alka. We did have an Alkaline suggestion in earlier, but it's been retracted. So, Deadly Lord, I will ask you one more time. Do you want to play an Alkaline tune to bring? Because you're next in the lineup. So it's up to you. You get the choice of what to play. You're next. You were here third overall. So you get to choose what to play. People want to hear Alkaline, so it's up to you. That's all I'll say.
One hand on your waist, one hand on your chest. Oh yeah, second. It's in the York pocket. 101 Maga. Kimana Chia Maga. Where my baby oh? And then play Roma.
Very fire. It's very, very fire. Very lively. I'm loving the instrumental on this, man. It's very, very cold. It's very, very cold, the way it's been put together. Loving the structure of it. I'm loving the kind of shuffling nature of it as well. Very, very clean in the overall production. Again, I'm loving the kind of repetitive vocals as well. Again, Kome, you gave us an MC Galaxy tune last week as well. I really like doing these ones because, again, it's an area that I'm not as familiar with. And it's an area that I really enjoy kind of exploring with everyone on the streams as well, which is good fun. Guys, how are we feeling about this one? Let's get some ratings into the chat on the right-hand side. We've got a very busy chat today, so make sure you are listening to the tunes as much as I am and trying to break them down with us. Give us a rating out of 10. Let us know why you are giving it the rating out of 10 as well. Let's get some fire emojis. Let's roll.
Thank you, second. If you're second for me, I go teach you my language. Iman Allah. Listen away. Even now my husband. I want my way. Come to MC Galaxy. Spice. I want to second. Oh, yeah, open your legs. This one now my new dance.
Oh, mate. You know, you said it was a comedy song. I don't know if I'm missing like subtext or I'm missing kind of a subtlety or something like that. But why is it a comedy song? Like, as in, is it meant to be a comedy song and I'm just not getting it, or are there elements of it that are, is it just meant to be like that? Let me know. Out to Great Adams in the chat, people. Out to Great Adams, guys. Let Great Adams know exactly how you felt about his tune earlier. I'm a big fan. So yeah, let him know. So show some love. The guy's in the chat and he's here to enjoy the show with us. Massive shouts out to everyone right about now. Babasaki saying react to Shatawale's new tune called Blessed Life. I'm putting a bit of a hiatus on Shatawale at the moment. I can't lie. I'm waiting on Shatawale stuff. There's some stuff that needs to happen, realistically. Deadly Lord saying no, stick with August Alsina. Cool, we'll get into that one next. WizGold saying best program. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, WizGold. Very enjoyable stuff. Fred saying this one with the fire emojis. Deadly Lord with the 5 out of 10 saying ain't really my type of music. Saying interesting. Alongside this, just keep going through. Great Adams is in the building. Faith saying it's a 6 out of 10 for me. Makes me want to dance, but not a big fan of the song. Again, Benny Coda saying you might not understand the humour because of the language. Potentially, there's always a bit of a language barrier. Como saying that's because you're just listening, not really watched the video. You missed most of the comments. Okay, cool. That's probably my bad then. I do apologise if I've missed things visually. I always miss things visually in the in videos. My apologies. It's a big flaw of mine, considering we're a YouTube channel about reacting to videos. But we move.
On your waist, one hand on your chest. This one now my second. Mandela people second. Akufa people second. Obama people second. Elisa people second. Niger people second. Yeah, anyone know? Yeah, anyone know? Mama Faro. Mama Wombomima.
Okay, yeah. I can understand why I may have missed a few things. Guys, I can only apologise. I'm trying my best. I will miss things from time to time. Benny Coda saying, please react to Why by Rema. I'm pretty sure we may have already done that. Maybe. We may have already done it. Not too sure. I'll have a look afterwards. Como saying also the language barrier. Yeah, again, I can only apologise. Dominic Andrews saying, hi, Cub, got a few minutes while on the subway. Did you do CK already? No, we've got another tune and then we'll be getting into CK. Austin saying, body on fire. Okay, very good stuff. Guys, how are we feeling about this one? We've done some ratings already, so we're going to move forward. Massive shouts out to Kome, always supplying good stuff on the way. Next up, we have... Oh, no, we've got Sicario's suggestion first. So we've got 2 tunes to go. So Fred on here saying the song introduced the dance move, so it's more of the dance. Okay, cool. That makes sense as well. Deadly Lord with his suggestion is next. So we're going to get into this one now. Guys, massive shout out to each and every one of you for joining us in the chat today. It's good to see so many of you joining us. We are moving up very quickly in regards to the amount of people that have joined us. But yes, very, very enjoyable stuff. Right, this is the next one on today's listing then, coming from August Alsina. This one has come to us from Deadly Lord. This is the next one on the listing. Adverts, come on, bro. It's another 15-second one. We're getting absolutely wrapped up this evening. Madness. Cool. There we go then, guys. We're going to jump into this one now. Out to Deadly Lord joining us. Been very active in the chat so far. This one is his suggestion of the day. August Alsina with Wait. Let's see how it sounds. Guys, get your ratings ready. I'm keen to hear from each and every one of you in the chat about how we feel about this one. Let's go. We're trying to get through as many as we can today. I'm not going to be sticking around too much. We want to keep things moving. Let's roll.
Adima. I'm not telling you to wait. I'm not telling you to wait on me, no. I'm not telling you to wait, but I'm hoping that you wait. I know this may not be my place, but I got something I should say to you. Sometimes I'm in a different space.
Something a little bit different for this channel, definitely. Very nice, smooth sort of vocals, very R&B influence from what I am hearing. Very big, booming 808 rolls on this one. Something a little bit different as well. Not normally the sort of sound we dive into, but we always get at least one curveball a show, which I'm enjoying. This one, really, really smooth vocal lines, man. Again, the production is very electronic, very kind of punchy. Dominic Andrews saying CK was requested before Sikkim. There were 2 requests that have somehow been removed from the chat, just so you're aware. So 2 people did put their requests in beforehand. Oliapo was the first one, and then Kome was second. And then, as you can see at the top, it said, what my request I left some hours ago has gone. Kome said that. But yeah, that's the reason why we got into 2 ones beforehand. Because they were requested, and then for some reason YouTube chat does this. If you put the video up earlier, it removes older kind of comments. I don't really know why, but I've got into the habit now of just leaving it open, and I write them down whenever someone puts a request in, so we don't miss any anymore. I'm making the effort, guys. I'm making the effort.
But that don't change the way I feel for you. I do. This may not be the best time. I got a lot going inside my mind. Don't think for a minute that I'm a fool. Don't know what I'll do if I lose you. You need someone who will be there to hold you. I can't even say that it's fair, but I do. Hope you know I'll always be here if you need me. What I gotta say isn't easy.
Sounding solid. Again, I'm getting kind of echoes of early Chris Brown in the actual vocal that's being used, like the timbre, the kind of enunciation, the kind of tonality of the actual vocal. I'm getting really kind of early feelings of kind of early Chris Brown, like early Chris Brown. I'm talking Run It Chris Brown here, with the way the vocals are being announced. The video's pretty cool as well. I've got a really itchy nose today. But yeah, the whole layout of it's nice. Again, it reminds me. When was this released? Because there's an era it very much sounds like. January to... Yeah, it's exactly the sort of era I thought it would be. There was this really cool kind of resurgence around 2014 through till about 2018 of kind of very modernized takes on sort of classic R&B. And this is very much in that sort of bracket. Very electronic, very kind of digital in the way things sound. But overall it has a very kind of clean feel to it as well. Very, very well produced, very punchy, very kind of in your face about the actual instrumentation and things like that. Booming subs below. It's sounding clean though.
Girl, I won't stop you, so do what you gotta do. I don't want you to go, but I got a few things in life that I gotta do. I'm not telling you to wait. I'm not telling you to wait on me. I'm not telling you to wait. I'm not telling you to wait on me. But I'm hoping that you wait.
Really nice harmonies on this one. Guys, let's get some opinions in the chat on the right-hand side. How are we feeling about it? Deadly Lord, obviously giving it a 10 out of 10. You have that right when it's your suggestion. But guys, how are we feeling about this one? Let's get some thoughts in. Let's get some thoughts. I know there's a few R&B fans in the building. How are we feeling about it? It definitely reminds me of early Chris Brown. I'm trying to think of who else. Dom Kennedy as well. I'm getting some sort of Dom Kennedy vibes from it as well. Obviously, Dom Kennedy's more around the sort of rap side, but the instrumentals that Dom Kennedy uses are in this sort of bracket as well. Really interesting. Faith saying groovy. Benny Coda giving it an 8 out of 10 with some clapping emojis. Interesting stuff. Guys, let me know how you are feeling. This is all about you at the end of the day. It's all about you guys and your guys' feelings towards the reaction, towards the tunes. I'm merely here to commentate on what you guys say. So please let me know in the chat on the right-hand side how you are feeling.
Wait. I told you when I met you, girl, that I would need patience. You said that you understood, so I thought you could take it. We have a real good thing. Nothing should come,
you know what?
Between us.
This is a tune, yeah. This is a tune that I would listen to when I'm feeling like I am making money. That is the sort of time I would listen to this tune. If I'm making money, I'm feeling good, I'm in a dance, and I'm kind of with friends having a good time. This is very much a feel-good tune. Like, for me, this is really about being a feel-good tune. This is a tune you listen to when you are out with people. Fred giving this one a 7 out of 10, saying I'm not a fan. Still giving it a 7 out of 10 though, even though you're not a fan of it. That's a high rating. That's a respectful rating. 7 out of 10 for me. Love some good R&B from Emmy Styles. FA saying, did you play August Alsina yet? Giving this one fire emojis, giving it a 9 out of 10 as well. Kome saying, I prefer my Shekem. Oh, that's fine. I don't know. I think they're both very much respectable in their own rights, to be honest with you. They're so different. They're so incomparable as sounds. Like, they're so incomparable. They're just completely different ends of a musical spectrum. We'll give this one the other 30 seconds and then we'll get to this.
You say something missing. I was always honest, telling you the way that I felt for you. Could be something real that I never knew. You need someone who will be there to hold you. I can't even say that it's fair, but I do. Hope you know I'll always be here if you need me. What I gotta say,
I like this scene in the video though.
if you gotta leave, if you gotta go, girl, I won't stop you, so do what you gotta do.
There we go then. August Alsina, this one, wait, we've gone past 2 minutes 30. FA saying he doesn't sound like Chris Brown at all. He does. Come on. Like, I try not to make comparisons about artists. It's something I really try not to do in reviews, but there's no getting away from the fact there's a similarity in the vocal tone. The sort of melodies that are being used as well, the kind of way that he's enunciating things. There's not necessarily the whole tune, but there's, in his actual vocal texture and timbre, there is a definite similarity, without a shadow of a doubt. Rakaya Sheik giving this one a 6 out of 10. Rakaya, how are you? Thank you for joining the stream. Good to see you. Benny Coda saying Shekem was released 7 years ago. Kenny King saying carry on, brother. Salute to you, Kenny King. Thanks for joining us on the live stream. Guys, how are we feeling about this one? If you haven't got a rating in already, please do get a rating in, because we're going to be moving on to the next one very shortly. Faith saying the beat sounds like something Chris Brown would use. Benny Coda saying he sounds like Chris Brown. I think it's pretty unanimous. He definitely does. I'm not saying he's copying. When I say people sound like people, I never mean that they're copying. I mean, there's similarities in the kind of vocal structure. There's similarities in the kind of layout of the voices they're using. There's similarities in sonic texturing, which is fine. People sound like other people. Stephen Marley sounds like Bob Marley. There's a similarity there. But yeah, I would never confuse him with Chris Brown, but I understand what you mean. No, entirely. They're different. They're different in their own rights, and they've got individual elements to them. But that's what I'm saying. There's a similarity texturally. Fred giving this one saying Chris Brown for me as well. There we go then, guys. We're gonna move on to the next track of the stream. It is time for Dominic Andrews. This one, CK. He's already put his suggestion in. Big up Dominic Andrews for fully educating me on CK. Kalakuta is this week's edition, so let's get into it. Following that, we're going to get into Zakaria, who's put forward a Diamond Platnumz tune, JJ. Diamond Platnumz was supposed to have an EP out today, and I haven't seen anything yet. And it's disappointing, because I've got stuff ready. I've got, like, text and stuff ready, copy ready. I mean, it's the problem with being prepared on YouTube. What is Emilia Clarke up to? Anyway. Right. Back to this EP. We're back to this safe cover. I'll tell you what, my thumbnails are going to just look so repetitive when people search CK on the channel, because 3 of them are going to be from the same EP. Going through this, FA saying they're best friends, so it makes sense. Oh, that does make sense. Jackson Malima saying Tanzania forever. Deadly Lord saying that was the best song for the live. Well, we'll see as we go. We've also got some bangers on the way that we're going to be getting into, so don't count your eggs too early, Deadly Lord, but good to see you. Benny Coda saying please play Why by Rema next. There is a list, Benny Coda. With these streams, what I always say is the earlier you get in, it is a first come, first serve basis. So the second you actually see the live stream pop up as a scheduled thing, literally get into the chat and get your request in. As soon as you book your place, you can then choose. I'm not too fussed about people changing their suggestions, but we might not have time for it today because we've already got a big list of tracks to get through. We've still got 4 more on the way. Austin saying Body is on fire, loads of sad faces. Is that a tune you're suggesting? I don't know. Be very precise with the tunes, otherwise it may go over my head. But we are going to get into this one next. Guys, it's so good to see so many of you in the chat today. I definitely feel like we're starting to build a bit of momentum with these live streams. They're always live streaming in general is always difficult to get off the ground. It's all about consistency. That's something I always tell people who kind of start off in YouTube or anything in general, or start off in any kind of central endeavor. Being consistent is everything, and it's good to see so many of you consistently joining us each and every week. Out to Obina in the chat saying we move. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us this evening. So good to see so many of you. Where is my request? Chike Nwaka Oma. We have already reacted to Nwaka Oma. However, I've seen you've put another request in for another Chike tune. We've got a Zakaria tune from Diamond Platnumz, and then we'll be getting into yours, Fred. So it is on the list for today. We will be getting into it. Do not worry. Right. CK time. It's CK time. This one, Kalakuta, off that CK, the first project, which we seem to keep going back to each and every week. A massive shout out to Dominic Andrews for really persisting on this one and allowing us all to enjoy as much CK as we possibly can. And he is the man of the moment right about now. Let's get into it. Massive shout out to each and every one of you locked in. Let's go. Oh, his percussion is so good.
See, I be Kalakuta soldier. Steady shine of the sober. I want me what to cover me. No fi killing the soldier. After 6 bottles of shayo, everybody
Why is he so good? Oh, man. Why is he so good? Everything that gets suggested. The older it gets, the better it gets as well. CK special. There's no getting away from it. Honestly, it's such an enjoyable approach. Percussively, this one's outstanding right from the jump. The use of different sounds, the use of different kind of production techniques to give it this really organic yet punchy bounce. Beautiful. Loving the vocals on this one already. Bassline is absolutely thumping as well. Dominic, if I wasn't wearing headphones, I'd take a hat off, but this one sounds so good so far.
download. Every time I upload my shit, everybody they go download.
The harmonies, you mad?
Check it, check it, Toto. Come on.
Come on, with the saxophones in there as well, the backing vocals, the really nice use of kind of harmonizing with the sort of repetitive vocal in there as well. The percussion, the bass line, everything about this is just so refreshing, man. This CK the first project is genuinely outstanding. Ayoade, good to see you in the chat saying this is a banger. Faith saying I thought you were turning into a werewolf over there. Maybe. That's all I can say. I don't know what it is about this CK EP, man, but there's every single tune I've heard from it. I'm purposefully not listening to it in my spare time as well, so I can enjoy it with you guys on stream. It's just outstanding every single time. The production value is through the roof. Like, the fact that he's so heavily involved in the production side of things as well, I've got so much more respect for artists when they are heavily involved in the production side of things, where they're not even necessarily just making beats, but they're kind of having a say. They're saying, let's try this, let's take it here. They have a real understanding of the creative direction they're pushing, and this is a perfect example of why it's such a good thing to do.
Money from my Sokoto, I don't want last to as them go say for Sokoto, baby, power sound. The party not the finish, the shy not the finish, the girl not the finish, the go not the finish. Too many things to do and you no go fit to do and finish. Police stop my car, they stop and search me, they no see nothing, but they still they look my face, they ask me, say make I find them something.
Bro, it's the harmonizing that always gets me, man. When you've got such a kind of deepened style of instrumental, which is so full of kind of roaming bass lines and kind of punchy lower end sounds, when you then get a really clean sort of mid-range harmony just cutting through the middle, it sounds so refreshing. You've got the horn lines kind of cutting through there as well. Absolutely crazy, guys. How are you feeling about this one? Kome with the lol. I'm assuming that that's me at me turning into a werewolf. I might clip that up for socials, to be fair. Ridiculous stuff. Emmy Styles on this one saying mad with the fire emoji. Fred giving this one a 10 out of 10. CK with 10 out of 10. Fantastic stuff. Very much enjoying this one, I've got to say.
Come on.
If I could get this as an instrumental, I would use it as a bed on radio for near enough everything that I talked over. Sounds so clean, man. Guys, let's get some more ratings into the chat on this one. I can see how many of you are locked in, and I can only see 1 or 2 ratings. So, guys, let me know how you're feeling about this one. Let's get a rating out of 10. Let me know why you are giving it that rating as well. Let's get everyone kind of turning this into a live music forum. That's what this is all about. It's about you guys discussing music as much as it is about me kind of breaking stuff down. I want to hear from each and every one of you in the chat on the right-hand side. Let me know how you are feeling about this one. I'll get through each and every comment. Don't worry. The metallic kind of stabs of that percussion, it's unbelievable. Madness. You know what? I'm kind of happy we're having to stop this one a few seconds early because I think I might have passed out through pure happiness. There is so much to love about this tune, man. CK doing CK things, doing what CK does. It's that simple. Emmy Styles with the mad fire emoji. Rakaya Sheik giving this one a 10 out of 10. Gets you in the right vibe for Afro beats. Faith 3 fire emojis as well. Benny Coda, honestly, 8.8 out of 10. To be honest, this is between a 9 and a 10 for me. Everything I've heard of this EP is between a 9 and a 10. Faith giving this one, I'd say 7.8 out of 10. Again, makes me move and bop my head, but I'm not the biggest fan. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, I love this one, man. I think, kind of looking back at what we've now heard from this EP, I can understand fully why CK is now in the position he's in. He's done the creative work. He's done the backdrop. He's done the kind of catalogue of creativity. You need to put together a catalogue of creativity before people start to take you serious, and then you can kind of go and do the major scale stuff, which is perhaps a little bit more sort of commercially orientated, which is definitely a direction we've seen from CK in the last couple of years, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. You can still hear that creativity in there. It's just been refined for a more kind of wider audience. Alongside this, Obina giving this one a 7 out of 10. Emmy Styles saying 9 out of 10. CK was hella underrated. Glad he's getting his flowers now. Also, the producer Tempo, you'll recognise him with his new tag, Mad. Glad to see how far they've come. Interesting. Very, very nice, Emmy Styles. Thank you for this one. Right then, guys, we're going to move on to the next track of the day. This one's Zakaria's suggestion, Diamond Platnumz with JJ. Now, Diamond Platnumz is supposed to have an EP out today, and I can't find anything anywhere. I've not got any notifications off his channel. I've not got any information off anything. So yeah, I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know when we're going to see the EP. It's meant to be out today. It's been advertised as being out today for a while, so who knows? Right, let's get into this one. I'm in a good mood today. Listen, Ewan McGregor, calm down. Shouldn't you be on the set of Kenobi? Like, shouldn't you be working? Anyway, right, let's get into this one. Diamond Platnumz then with JJ. Como saying CK Felony is my best. Interesting. I don't know what my favourite Felony CK tune is, to be honest with you. I really like the one that people didn't like. The one that came out the same day as Emiliana. I like the other tune because it's just bare creative. I love that tune. Right, let's get into this one then. Guys, we are live on Requested Live this evening. A massive shout out to each and every one of you joining us. If you are new to the stream, please make sure you are throwing a like on the video. And of course, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, all that good stuff. If you're watching it on YouTube afterwards, we do break all of these up and put them up individually. However, let's jump into this one. Diamond Platnumz. Very exciting stuff. It goes by the name JJ. Guys, let me know in the chat on the right-hand side how you are feeling about this one. I'm very keen to hear from each and every one of you. As I always say, this program is as much about you as it is about me sat here. I'm merely the commentator. You guys are going to be giving the majority of the juice. It's all about you guys, so let me know. That's why it's called Requested. Let's go.
Platnumz. It's Cubcamtv.
Get down, hey.
Jaja, your booty, Jaja. Jaja, your booty, Jaja. No. Jaja, your booty, Jaja. No.
Can we please put some respect on Guilty Vibes? Every single time I hear that tag, I know it's going to be a banger. It's going to be a wavy tune. It's going to have power. It's going to have precision. It's going to have an intricacy around melody, but enough room for the vocalist to work. It's going to have enough pulsating energy for the drums to sound like they're on an entirely different level. All of the drums just crunch. We have got a very top-tier stream today in regards to the actual sounds we're listening to. I've got to say, this might be the most consistent in regards to bangers the whole way through. But this one, sounding great. Looking forward to seeing what Diamond Platnumz does on it. Really sounding like Giddy. I can't lie. There's a lot of similarities in the production, in the kind of arrangement, in the instrumentation that's being used, and just in general. There's similarities. Let me know. Do you agree? There's similarities? I think there is.
You put the jaja, baby. Jaja, you put the jaja. 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 I swear your love give me fever. All the time you come, I done the shiver. Now you be the one, just believe it. La diva, my diva. Oh, you turn Batman to Zina with your sexy body, Carolina. For your love, I go fight like John Cena. Hata kama nikiwa nguvu sina, kupe kila kitu, baby.
Mad. Diamond Platnumz is so consistent, man. Again, it's not a thing about being like releasing every week, but I'm yet to hear in the last couple of years a tune that's been a dud. They always have this kind of unique kind of sellable single like a sellable single factor. Emmy Star saying that's Kelpie Vibes. He produced most of Burna Boy's breakout tunes on the low. Well, I've always thought it's Guilty Vibes. I've been literally looking for Guilty Vibes production credits, and I've never been able to find it because I've always thought it said Guilty Vibes. It's Kelpie. Oh, right. Thank you. You've solved a riddle that I've been trying to deal with for a long period of time. It's Kelpie. Why does it sound so much like it's Guilty Vibes? It sounds so much like Guilty. My bad. So my apologies, but now we know. Thank you. This is what it's all about. I'm getting educated. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to learn about sound. I'm sure a few of you guys are as well. But yeah, I genuinely never knew it was Kelpie. I always thought it was Guilty Vibes. Madness. Kelpie Vibes produced most of Burna Boy's. Yeah, I knew I recognised the tag as well. It's always a banger when you hear that tag.
Baby, my vitu, kupe kila kitu, mchana kwa usiku, tufanye mavitu, baby, vitu, baby, sota kislang na pawaina. Jaja, you put the jaja. Jaja, you put the jaja. No. Jaja, you put the jaja. No. Jaja, you put the jaja, baby. Jaja, you put the jaja.
Try and sit still to this, man. This is crazy. On the most respectful level possible as well. Every single time you see a Diamond Platnumz video, the women in the videos are always stunning. Like, genuinely beautiful looking women. It's crazy, each and every time. I mean, obviously, if you are kind of like a dancer or a model or something, like, and you're getting employed for music videos, you're more likely to look pretty good if you're getting into a video that is going to have this many views, you know. But there's levels. There is levels. There are levels. Faith, I believe you are on the listing. Yes, you are. We've got two more to get into, and then we're going to get into your Asher suggestion. We should have time for Emmys as well. But yeah, this is crazy. Guys, how are we feeling about this one? Let's get some ratings in on the right-hand side. I want to hear from each and every one of you. Let's get some ratings in about how you're feeling about this one. I think this one's a slammer. I can't lie.
Jaja, you put the jaja. Jaja, you put the jaja. Jaja, you put the jaja, baby. I hope you know say this you could say where you carry for back in they make me the quick. Baby quick. Kankupa kiwese nese zamenda nina rungu kumredi kipepepe. Ooh la la la, your body fine. Now when you whine, you blow my mind. I don't wanna waste your time, so please be.
Vocally, this is really good as well, man. It's quite a thick sounding instrumental. There's a lot going on. You've got a lot of the horns in there. You've got a lot of very kind of thick sounding drums. A lot of very kind of powerful, potent pieces of percussion on this one as well. But it definitely carries well, and I think you've got to give like a bit of credit to Diamond Platnumz vocal-wise because it does cut through. There's something really enjoyable about the way he's approached the vocal on this one. Loads of conversation in the chat as well. Koma saying the way he was following her, though, with some smileys. Okay, fair enough. Faith saying that. No, we've already done that one. Emmy Styles saying I'm scared for mine more, but you're both in there. Fred saying fella vibe on this one. A lovely tune. The production elevated the tune. 9 out of 10. Rakaya giving this one a 9 out of 10. Definitely see the similarities with Giddy. I think it's a bit of a winning formula, to be honest. That sort of very stuttered, very kind of wooden yet powerful sounding drum sound definitely runs throughout the heart of this one. Alongside that, Quaiha giving this one an 8.5 out of 10. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. Out to everyone joining us in the chat right about now. Let's go.
Nice, so make your mind. Ooh, la, la, kissing in the rainfall from the morning till the night. Ooh la la la, la 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 la. Kupe kila kitu, mchana kwa usiku, tufanye mavitu, baby mavitu. Kupe kila kitu, mchana kwa usiku.
It's a shame we have to finish this one a little bit early, but we've gone past the 2 minute 30 mark. The reason we do the 2 minute 30 mark, two reasons. If you are recording under 2 minutes 30, you're very unlikely to get blocked for copyright. And if you've got breaks in it, alongside that, it means we can actually get more tunes in. And I feel by 2 minute 30, we've got a general idea of how the tune's sounding. But there we go. Faith, this one, an 8 out of 10. Alongside this, Benny Coda, 7.5 out of 10. Nice production on it. Yeah, I think the production is is on point. Quahar saying, I'm surprised you pronounced it so well. Well, I'm glad. I'm so bad at what's the phonetic pronunciation. Like, unless it's spelled out exactly how it's supposed to, 9 times out of 10 I butcher it. So I'm glad. I'm glad. Right, moving forward. Kome saying not really a fan of his. That's fair enough. That is fair enough. Never question Kome. Never question Kome. I might get banned from my own stream. Anyway, we're going to move forward now on this one. Who's next then? Fred, you are next on today's list with Chike Soldier. I'm pretty sure we haven't done this one. We have done Nwakaoma, though. I included Nwakaoma in my top 5 tracks of January. Absolutely love that tune. So beautiful the way it comes together. This one 9 months ago. Yeah, I don't think we have done this one. Official drama video. Okay, cool. I'm hoping the drama video is the last thing. Right. I'm assuming this is going to be emotional by the thumbnails that we've seen so far. I'm excited to get into it, though. Let's see how it sounds. Right then, people. We're going to jump into this one next. The sounds of Chike Soldier. This one, the official drama video. I'm hoping it isn't too deep. Because I'm in a good mood and I don't want to be put into a sad mood. But we are here to break this one down. Right then. Everything done? Yeah, right, let's jump into it. Let's go.
Soldier, oh soldier, soldier, oh soldier. I'm on my bikini, oh soldier. Soldier, come on, please don't go to war. Mama there for house, she's been crying for so long.
Definitely going to be a deep one. Again, first time listening to this. The best I'm going to be able to do with this one is dive into Sonic stuff more than anything else. Which is my kind of bag. I'm not great at kind of discerning meaning within tunes. I'm more about the technical side of things. But Chike's voice is outstanding. There's something about the delicacy of it, especially when we're hearing it over acoustic guitars. I'm assuming the meaning of this is, well, as it says, not wanting soldiers to go, which is always a sad thing. And obviously we're in a difficult situation globally at the moment, which we are all hoping de-escalates as soon as possible. But, yeah, let's see where we go.
She said, why do you play with bullets? Don't go to war. She said, why do you play with your life? Don't go to war. Don't go fight another man's battles. Don't go to war. Don't go fight your country's battles. Don't go to war. She said, I born you, I carry you for 9 months. So. And I love you, boo.
Very deep meaning behind. Well, I mean, it's not. The actual assessment of it isn't super difficult to grasp, but it is obviously a very deep subject. Like, mothers would never want to see their kids go to war. Of course they wouldn't. It's a terribly saddening thing. Like, you can go from movie scenes to newsreels. It's just never in any way a positive thing, you know. Like it's a sad scenario to kind of find yourself in. And it's being addressed very delicately within the video as well. The fact it's all kind of one scene, one shot, like it's kind of more impactful, more than anything else. Como saying I missed the title. It's called Soldier. But yeah, very, very deep meaning on this one. I'm trying not to sound like a simpleton as well, breaking it down like I am in no way under the impression that I'm an expert in breaking down genuinely emotional songs meaning-wise, but there is a lot to this. I'm here to do sonics more than anything else, and it is sonically delicate, which is, I think, what you need to be on a tune like this. Deadly Lord giving this one a 6 out of 10, saying, I respect the message. Benny Coda, 5.5. Quahar with a 5 out of 10 as well.
I want you to be here to take care of me. Soldier, please, oh, please don't go to war. And if they lose you, they only lost one soldier. But if I lose you, lost my
Kohar saying message is great but not the best sound though. I think it's meant to sound quite rough cut, like it's meant to sound very acoustic, very much off the it's meant to sound very natural. If you were to hear like a super kind of souped up digitalized version of this, I don't think it would kind of portray the same amount of emotion. I would say, anyway. From a production perspective, when you're going for stuff that's meant to sound emotional, you want it to be a bit rougher in the actual production process. You want the mix to be a little bit less polished. You want it to kind of have that sort of potency. We're starting to get in some real vocal maneuvers here from Chike as well. Which is always good to hear. Everything I've heard from Chike, the vocals have been like the selling point, you know, the actual strength of the vocal and the kind of depth that we're able to hear. And again, this is a great example of that.
When you're deep at war, if they say make you go the front line, say no. Now they eat the hotty pass. Disobey the order. No. Anybody who won't fight, make it go. No go. If they lose you, they only lost one soul.
Like
But if mama lose you,
I don't have kids. I'm 28 years old. I don't have kids. I don't think I will have kids anytime soon. I do want kids at some point, but that for me, yeah, that might be. I'm assuming they're going to read that letter, and it's going to be the other way around, and it's going to be a sad message saying, "Sadly, your son's passed." That's what I think is going to happen. That might be one of the worst things you could possibly receive, like realistically. Going through this, Como 10 out of 10, saying beautiful. Faith 6 out of 10 for me as well. We'll let it run through.
Lost the whole damn world. I know it's a matter of duty. I know it's a matter of honor. She never really liked this job. She said, "Why play?"
Hearing the military trumpets in there as well.
Mama go cry, mama feel die. Mama go cry, you know go wipe her eyes. Mama go cry, mama feel die. Mama go cry, no one to wipe her eyes. If she lose you, she's
there we
lost
go.
her.
Hitting the 2-minute 30 on this one. Very sad song. Definitely changing the mood, but let's assess it in the same way we normally would. Very delicate. Obviously, subject-wise, not something I know personally anything about, realistically. I don't think I could ever join any armed forces. It's definitely not for me. I like to sit in a room and talk about music, so it's clearly not an area that I'd be great in. Faith 6 out of 10, Deadly Lord saying I could show you a song like this and it's still a fire tune. I think this is fire, though, for what it is. And what it represents. I think it's done a very good job of. I don't think it's actually the best quality-wise on the actual video. It feels like it's quite crushed audio-wise. I don't think the actual single would sound like this. I think it would be a little bit more kind of polished on the actual edit that would be on streaming platforms. But there is something about it sounding so natural, so kind of again organic in its layout that definitely gives it that much more. I want to say. I don't know, just delicate, a lot more kind of real, you know, a little bit harsher, maybe to represent how harsh life can be sometimes. I think that's what it might be. But there we go. Fred, where have you gone? There you are. Saying this one was yours. So how do you feel about it? Talk to me. Let me know. Emmy Styles giving this one a 7 out of 10 as well. And we are now going to move on to Faith's track, which is Fire on the Mountain. Moving forward. But before we get into this one, we are going to get into today's edition of the Cubcast, which we are doing live. So let's get into it right about now. This is today's edition of the Cubcast. Thank you all for joining us. We are live on the stream. We are today going to be talking international collaboration. We've heard one already today, and I'm very keen to hear from each and every one of you on this topic. I'm very keen to hear from each and every one of you, which is in regards to essentially Afrobeat-based musicians, people in that kind of wider realm, whether it be moving into sort of high life sounds, whether it be moving into amapiano sort of sounds, or anything that's kind of linked in that sort of wider world. I would like to know what you guys think is the most polished, like the most perfected international collaboration. We've seen a flurry of them in recent times. Obviously, yesterday we saw Fireboy link up with Madonna. Collaboration no one saw coming to do the official remix of Frozen. Again, that tune originally came out literally years ago, and it's absolutely crazy to see how big that's done. We've seen today Omar linking up with Justin Bieber. A couple of weeks ago we saw a number of different international collaborations as well. We've seen Drake getting involved, we've seen Chris Brown getting involved, Justin Bieber getting involved. Out of each and every one of these big international collaborations, which one do you think has been the which one of these do you think has been the most impactful or the most well put together? Because we see international collaborations a lot of the time, they don't really work. We see it a lot with UK artists over here, kind of linking up with American artists and almost kind of playing back fiddle. We saw it happen to Chip a while ago. He did some international link-ups and they just didn't work. It just didn't really work for him. But then we see it sometimes really, really, really work. So in regards to actual collaborations we have seen, actual tunes we're talking here, in regards to actual sounds, actual tunes, actual physical releases, which ones do you guys think have been the strongest so far? For me personally, I think Drake and Thames did a fantastic job. Their link up was absolutely incredible. Kind of going through a few other ones, I do actually think, if we're being entirely honest, I really think the Ed Sheeran remix of Peru did a fantastic job. I think it was a really good way of kind of showing how that sound can be expanded and extrapolated to a wider world. But guys, let me know, what are your favourites from these collaborations? We've seen so many of them in the recent weeks and the recent months. Obviously, Burna linking up with loads of different names worldwide as well. Burna linking up with Heady One here in the UK. We also saw him link up with Justin Bieber as well. Obviously, Wiz has been doing these big link-ups for ages. Obviously, linking up with Drake, linking up with Skepta as well. Which of these big global international collaborations have you guys enjoyed the most? Emmy saying either Essence or Peru with Ed Sheeran. Benny Coda saying Nigeria and America, or Nigeria and South Africa. That's more I'm more talking actual tracks, like specifics here. I want to know the actual specific tunes we're talking about. Deadly Lord saying R&B and hip hop the best collab for different genres. Going through this again, looking through. But yeah, guys, let me know. Again, this conversation's all about you. I want to hear from you guys. Faith saying the Peru remix. Again, I think the Peru remix is pretty exceptional for what it is. I feel it was one of the best approaches. Again, we've seen Burna link up with so many people over the years. We've seen Burna link up, obviously, with Dave, with Stormzy. We've seen him link up with Ed Sheeran before in an actual collaboration as well, rather than a remix. We've seen... obviously, WizKid get involved with Dave as well. It's crazy the amount of people that have actually collaborated. It almost becomes normalised to an extent. Faith saying definitely Location by Dave and Burna Boy. I think that's in the conversation for the best as well, to be honest with you. If again, in the UK, that is an anthem. You can throw that on anywhere and people will know it and people will love it. The same with I can't even remember the Skepta and WizKid tune. The name has literally just completely escaped me. Is it Far Away or Bad Energy? Is it Bad Energy? Might be Bad Energy. Can't remember the actual name. One Dance by Drake and WizKid, and Closer by WizKid and Drake. Both of them are definitely in the in the conversation. Definitely in the conversation. Dadju and Chris Brown. Goodbyes is the best. Interesting one. Very interesting one. Emmy Styles saying Within Africa, Davido and Focalistic are a lethal duo. Champion Sound, K-Star remix, all massive. Yeah, definitely. Everything that I've seen from Davido and Focalistic has been solid as well. Yeah, no getting away from that one. That's definitely one that's on the list. Chike and Jackboy. I haven't heard that, but that sounds like an interesting link up. It's so interesting to see how many of these big collaborations are going on. I think at the moment, Fireboy is potentially one of the leading lights in this. Obviously, he did the tune with Rotimi we heard earlier. He linked up with Weston in the UK. And then obviously doing the Ed Sheeran remix as well, doing the Madonna remix. He's probably the one that's leading the way at the moment. Like, we know Wiz and Davido and Burna have already all done it. But at the moment, the one that's like pushing the sound the most, potentially Fireboy, to be honest with you. Koimo saying Davido and Popcorn with Risky. Again, something I'm surprised we don't see more of is more sort of Afrobeat and dancehall link-ups. Sonically, they're so aligned. I'm so surprised we don't see more of it. Sonically, it just seems to make so much sense to me. Davido and Chris Brown, that coming from Benny Coda. Yep, that's definitely a link-up we've seen happen numerous times and always seems to work. Davido's linked up with Nicki Minaj a couple of times as well, I believe, and that's always sounded pretty solid. Faith saying, yeah, Bad Energy by Skepta and Wizkid as well. That's a big one. Brown Skin Girl by Beyonce featuring Wizkid as well. That's another huge one. It's interesting when you start to actually break them down as well. We start to see so many names kind of ushering forward and landing. Absolutely crazy stuff. Very, very crazy stuff. Right then. But there we go, guys. That's today's Cubcast. Thank you for joining in. I love doing these conversations on the live as well. Hopefully you've been enjoying the news articles we've been putting out as well. Whenever there's news, I'm trying to cover it. We're trying to turn this into a full kind of musical factory here on Cubcamtv. And I think we've uploaded about 20. We've uploaded over 30 videos this week, which is absolutely crazy. But we're going to get into the next one on the listing. TA saying react to Young B and Tacy, So Distant. Unfortunately, we are nearly done now. We have nearly run out of time. We've got 2 more to get into. You can check out Davido and Chris Brown below on my mind. Again, at some point we probably will. Adekunle Gold feat and is that like featuring Lucky Day Sinner? We've already done that on the channel. Just so you are aware, we've already done Sinner. It's one of my favourite tunes. But right, Asher, Fire on the Mountain is the next one on the listing. No worries, TA, all good. As I always say, honestly, the earlier you get in to the chat, the more likely you are to get your request in. I try to get it up as early as we can. React to Buju, Body on Fire. Again, we've only got time for a couple more, so we need to hurry up. Right. Faith, you're in the building. You're always in the building. It's always good to see you. Out to all the regulars, by the way. There are a lot of new faces in here today. Out to the regulars. Obviously, Faith, one of those. Kome, always in here. Emmy Styles, always in here as well. Out to Dominic Andrews, always in here as well. There's loads of the regulars in here, I've got to say. If I've missed anyone, I feel terrible. I try not to forget anyone. I really try. Oli Apo, you're a regular as well. You're always in here as well. Just going through the list as quickly as I can. Try and make sure I don't miss anyone. If I have missed anyone, I do apologise. If you're a regular in here, you have my utmost love and attention. However, we are going to get into this next one. The sounds of Asher, Fire on the Mountain. Now, I have got a potential interview lined up with Asher. A little exclusive for you. I got an email yesterday saying would it be something that could be sorted out. So we may well see an Asher interview here on the channel. We've done a full reaction review to the brand new album 5. Incredible stuff. And alongside that, we've reacted to a few tracks off the album as well. We did Ocean. We've also done... what was the other one we've done? We've also done... IDG with Wizkid, and we've also done the collaboration with Cavemen as well. They're all available on the channel. This is going to be an older tune, obviously this one from 2009. We're going back in the history books for this one. I'm excited. The sounds of Asher, Fire on the Mountain. This one, a suggestion from Faith. Let's go.
There is fire on the mountain, and nobody seems to be on the run. Oh, there is fire on the mountain top. And
her vocal is so unique, man. The weirdest thing is it sounds, to me, her vocal sounds so different on this to how I've been introduced to her. Again, I shout out Palm Wine each and every time. I wouldn't have known who Asher was if it wasn't for Palm Wine. Big up Palm Wine Pappy each and every time. Make sure you look into his stream later on today. He does a New Music Friday stream every evening. I love looking into it. It's one of the reasons I'm happy to stay in on a Friday. I can't lie to you. I learned so much from those streams. It's always so enjoyable. So that usually starts at around 10 p.m., 11 p.m. It's one of those two. I'm pretty sure he's still doing it via YouTube. But yeah, do check out his stream later on. I first heard Asher on one of his streams, and that was Mayana. And yeah, the difference that I hear in the vocal is absolutely great. It can't just be me that hears a massive difference in the kind of texture of her vocal. It's earlier than 2009. It was probably when they uploaded it to YouTube. Oh wow, so this is proper back in our day. Sounding great though.
No one is running. I wake up in the morning, tell you what I see on my TV screen. I see the blood of an innocent child, and everybody's watching. Now I'm looking out my window, and what do I see?
Love the backing vocal on this. That kind of really nice. Again, big clunky bass line on this, which works really nicely. KXVU, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Good to see you in the chat. We are nearly done though, so I'm not gonna be able to get into one of your suggestions today. Sadly, that's annoying. Anyway. This one's sounding very clean, I've got to say. Loving the arrangement. Clean guitar on there as well, obviously going for the very acoustic, almost country style feel on this one, which is working very nicely. Definitely stands the test of time. I think it holds up quite well considering how old it is. If it's pre-2009, we're talking over 13 years at this point. That's crazy! Still sounds very good, I've got to say.
I see an army of a soldier man marching across the street. Said to make you so blind to your conscience and reason. Could it be love for your country or for the gun you using killing? So
she's very good at kind of blending subtlety into a subtlety of lyricism to an extent into stuff that sounds very good. It's a very cleverly arranged tune. Obviously the message within the tune, from what I'm gathering, again, I will never claim to be an expert at breaking down lyrics, but it seems like the message she's kind of give off, again, I may be very wrong, but the layout of the way she's kind of talking about lyricism is people being people kind of turning to soldiery for the kind of for what they think it'll bring them, rather than the kind of reason you're supposed to be a soldier, which is obviously hate patriotism with an absolute passion, but that kind of concept of loving your country, loving and defending the people you're around. But it definitely feels like this is kind of her not necessarily getting at, but it sounds to me like the message is more about like, what are you actually fighting for? Are you fighting for the sake of fighting? That's the kind of vibe I'm getting off. Obviously I know this is a very much older song. I'm assuming the meaning's been dissected numerous times. This is my first time properly listening. Let me know in the chat, how's my aim? Am I anywhere near? But yeah.
There is fire on the mountain, and nobody seems to be on the run. Oh, there is fire on the mountain top, and no one is running. Hey, Mr. Loverman, can I get a chance to talk to you? 'Cause you are fooling with a dead man's corpse, and you don't know what you do. Oh, so little Lucy turned 60, and like the movie she's been seeing, she has a lover.
Her voice is outstanding, man. You can just get lost in it, and this is why it's such an interesting one, because there's a clear, serious meaning behind this. Faith pointed this out earlier. There's a clear, serious meaning behind the way the tune's been put together. Even the subtleties of the video, like the constant switches between almost like scenes of soldiers in a battlefield to kind of kids playing in a playground. Like the kind of switches are so subtle. She's so good at kind of layering alternative meanings into what sounds like feel-good music. Like the actual layout of the tune reminds me of almost like a 70s kind of soul tune. Which works really nicely. However, the meaning is still very potent, and I feel it's very easy to kind of get lost in the meaning for the tune, to get kind of lost in the actual beauty of the arrangement, which is really nice. Ugo, thank you for joining us. I've seen you commenting a lot on the channel. Thank you. You are amazing at pushing what we're doing here on the channel, so thank you. Tommy Lume, yeah, there is a bit of a queue. Thank you, Kome. There is a little bit of a queue. The idea is to get in very, very early. I try to get the live stream put up as early as I can so that you guys can get your suggestions in. Rakaya saying, reminds me of Amy Winehouse. There's a definite similarity. That's a belter of a shout. Vocally, there is definitely a similarity between her and Amy Winehouse. I feel Amy's kind of got a little bit more of had, rest in peace, but had a much more kind of raspy tone. But I can definitely see the similarity. That's a really, really good shout, to be honest with you. I wasn't even thinking that, but that's a corker of a shout.
She can't tell nobody till she makes the evening news. For there is fire on the mountain, and nobody seems to be on the run. Oh, there is fire on the mountain top, and no one is around.
Well, there we go, Asher. This one, Fire on the Mountain. Very interesting tune. Again, we've had some interesting ones today. We've had some curveballs. We've had some different sounds. We've had some different international flavors. As always, that's what I love to do on this channel. I won't lie. There's times I get a little bit nervous before we get into them, never knowing what we're going to play and having to break it down and pretending I know what I'm talking about. But hopefully you guys do enjoy the breakdowns we are able to bring. Faith saying, yeah, definitely something in the vocal technique. Kome agreeing, saying she does sound like Amy Winehouse. There's definitely a similarity. Hello, Namina. How are you doing, sir? I hope you're all good. I'll probably be joining you a little bit later on if you are online this evening. Ugo saying Asher deserves a Grammy already. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if the new album gets nominated for something. The new album is spectacular. On a general production level, the new album is outstanding, I've got to say. Right, we've got time for a couple more. But yeah, I don't think this is one we need to call for a rating on, to be honest with you. It's such an old to rate this one in its kind of in comparison to how we've been rating other things. I feel like it's I don't know, it's a bit annoying. I was enjoying it as well, Kome, but we've got rules to stick to. We do have rules to stick to, and we need to make sure that we aren't going over 2 minutes. We're already over on this one. But we're going to get into Emmy's suggestion next, and then we're going to play the numbers game for the final tune, because that's how we like to do things. We've got through so much today. What's the time? 25 past? Yeah, we'll run for a little bit longer. Reminds me of my teenage years. My best friend, whom I've lost touch with, idolised her. That's cool. That's cool that you can attach meaning to it, man. That's the main thing. There's certain songs, yeah, that always that do. I feel everyone has like 4 or 5 of these tunes that you just attach a specific meaning to, and it's almost like a memory that you attach to it. Like Egyptian Hold Ya. I remember catching my first ever wine to that tune with one of my first, probably my first long-term girlfriend. I remember catching a wine to it, and that tune will always hold a special place in my heart. I haven't spoken to her properly since we kind of finished. However, long time ago, over 10 years ago, but that tune still holds a very special place in my heart because of that moment. I think we do that with tunes, though, don't we? We connect sonic things to memories, like we connect smells to memories as well. Like, it's such a cool thing the human brain can do. But we're gonna get to this one then. Buju featuring Burna Boy, all-star link up on this one, the Linu remix. I'm expecting some lively flavors on this one, especially from these two. Buju's been on fire the last few weeks. I've seen him put out like 8 tunes in the last 2 weeks. It's every time I look, there's something new from him landing. It's crazy. And the new reaction we did for his track with Feels, absolutely crazy on that one. Right, guys, get your reactionary fingers ready. I'm keen to hear what each of you are thinking about this one. It came out a year ago, Buju and Burna Boy. This one, the Linu remix. Let's get into it right about now. Rhythm is wavy.
Tell me what I cannot do. Tell me what I cannot do.
Buju is so fire, man. Buju is so fire. I'm going to be really interested on this one to see how Burna approaches it, purely because I haven't heard... I mean, I have heard him on different sort of tempos, but this sounds very slow for Burna. Like, it sounds very kind of down-tempo for Burna. Buju has made the top 10 charts in Nigeria his living room. going to try and work out what that means. But yeah, this is sounding cool, man. Really nice drums. I'm loving the dip on the way the drums have been put together. Really nice sense of rhythm. You're kind of thrown bit left and back and forth on this one. Really, really clean on the arrangement. Really, really nice. Yeah, exciting stuff, man. This is a really good way to kind of lift the mood, I feel, after a couple of more serious bits that we've heard.
Excuse me, you are not dancing. Why? I want to know why you are doing like a
It's really funny because like that comment there, like, what was it? Excuse me, you're not dancing. Why? I know if I went up to someone in a club in the UK and said that, I might get slapped around the face for it. Like, it's quite a rude thing to say, to be honest. But when Buju sings it, it sounds so, like, nice. It sounds so, like, nice in general. Just the way he projects it is crazy. Like, it's he has this way with his vocal. He's got such a unique vocal texture as well, man. It's almost as if his notation, like, carries, like, a breadth, you know? It almost carries, like more than one note. It feels like there's, like, extra kind of harmonics to his vocal, like the actual note he hits. It covers such a wide range and it has this really warm kind of feeling to it. Really, really nice suggestion, this one.
Is it that you dance or you leave? There's no place for pretense. I can't watch you stand there. Oh no. When you go Jojo, when you go Jojo, I know you want to know. As we did do I'm when you go Jojo, baby no darling no. I know you want to know. As we did do I'm when you
Imagine getting picked up from school by Burna Boy. Crazy. Right, Emmy Styles saying he always has a song or more on the top 10 charts a song or more in the top 10 songs on the charts. That's what I meant. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. I would definitely agree. I can understand why as well. He puts out so much music. Like, out of everyone, I'd say he probably releases the most. Even if it's just a feature or a remix or like a random one, he's not afraid to go and work with other people as well. He's similar to Olamide in that kind of fashion. I see Olamide pop up on so many sort of collaborations I wasn't even expecting. And again, this is a collaboration that makes total sense. Like, Burna is in that sort of legendary bracket, isn't he? So this is sounding great. Let's see what Burna does. Right. What do we think's going to happen with the Burna Boy verse? I don't know. I genuinely don't know what to expect on this one from Burna, because it's such a different kind of rhythm. It's such a different kind of pattern. Again, there may well be Burna Boy tunes that I just can't remember off the top of my head that he's kind of gone over this kind of arrangement for, but it feels like the actual rhythm that's being used. It's almost like a false 4x4, because you're kind of going boom, ka, boom, boom, ka. It's still kind of hitting those kind of syncopated claps in the way that they're supposed to be on a kind of 4x4 rhythm. But I've never really heard Burna on something this slow, where the bass is so kind of loosed, so impactful in the way it sounds. Emmy Styles with the fire emoji. Betty Coda, what are you laughing at, Betty Coda? What are you laughing at? Faith saying this one, I think that's a number one. No, it's saying cool jam. Ugo saying Buju is a man on a mission. He definitely is. Do you reckon he's going to go back and change the name on all the tunes to Benson? He's going to get everything changed to Benson? Because that's so long. Like, again, from a record label perspective, changing someone's name on every single tune they've released would be one of the longest things to do. Like, it would take months to actually get all of the stuff republished and resent out. Honestly, it would be one of the longest things to see. Right, we've just gone over 300 playbacks. Incredible stuff. First time we've actually hit 300 whilst live. Fantastic. Big up each and every one of you. That's a new milestone for us. Wicked. Let's go.
So tell me what I cannot do. Pull up in the job because I'm not you. Sure there's no be muscle. Cause I look up and the death I drop.
Right, he's the GOAT, bro.
So then go down your bow. If you go distress, you go down your top. Then go the talk. But then they love you. When you're talent, no, call no, do. Tell me what I cannot do.
Let's go, Burna.
The money I go connect you. And if you go wrong, I go correct you. Cause if you fall down, I go forget you.
You hear how this instrumental just kicked up like a ton? It almost feels like, sonically, the instrumental goes, I hope Burna's going to be okay on this. Realises Burna is okay and then goes, cool, let's ton up. That's what it sounds like. Because we then suddenly went into a really cool kind of subtle 4x4 roll with the drums. Very kind of filtered with the really, really punchy in the low end, but very filtered off in the high end. Just these really nice kind of thumpy sort of low end kind of drums rolling through. And then you get this crazy arrangement that Burna Boy brings. I'm just a little bit upset we can't listen to it anymore because we've hit 2 minutes 30 and I'm keeping to the rules today, guys. It's a shame because Burna sounds great. Burna sounds very, very good. Guys, what are our feelings on this one? Faith with the 300 saying loads of party emojis. Very, very good stuff. Yeah, it's the first time we've hit 300 on a live, and we're still going up. First time we've hit 300 whilst live in total playbacks, which is fantastic. There's this really annoying thing that YouTube does, though. It essentially cuts your playbacks not in half, but it'll take like 30% off the amount of people that are locked in. It's so frustrating. Because I'll publish this and it'll go saying, oh, we had 120 locked in. It's ridiculous why YouTube does it. I don't know why it does it. I can quite literally see here, and I've been watching it go up. I think it's 30 seconds you have to be registered for a view to count on a live stream. And I can see it. It currently says 312. But it will be published, and you'll all see, and it'll go to it'll say 140 or something like that. And it always used to do it when I streamed every day, a couple of years back. It always used to do it. It was so frustrating because it looks like the streams haven't got as much as they have. But I can tell you right now, we're on 312. But there we go. Massive shouts out to each and every one of you locked in right now. How are we feeling about this one? Emmy Styles giving it a 10 out of 10. I wouldn't be mad at a 10 out of 10. I'm surprised this one hasn't come into the radar a little bit early, to be honest with you. Benny Coda with the fire emojis. But there we go. We are going to play the numbers game. We're going to play the numbers game, which is a way of deciding who gets to pick the final tune of the day. Faith with a 7.5 on this one. Very interesting stuff. If you are still in the chat, send us a signal. Let us know how you're feeling about this one as we prepare to play the numbers game, which is how we're going to choose the final track of the day to react to. There's a few of you who haven't had one in yet, and I'll explain the numbers game as we go. If you are new to the channel, then the numbers game is played thus. Kome saying not a Burna fan. I know you're not a Burna fan. I know. I am. But I know you're not, Kome, so that's fine. We are going to get into the numbers game now then. So, I keep getting new ones. Whenever I say we're going to go, we get a new rating in. Ugo giving this one a 9 out of 10. Faith saying Buju's part is a bit too repetitive for me. Interesting. I wouldn't be mad at that as well. There are definitely elements which do sound repetitive, especially in the actual melody as well. It sounds like it goes round in circles. Benny Coda saying please react to Why by Rema. Right, we're going to play the numbers game now. So, listen very carefully, you fabulous people. We are going to get into this. So, the numbers game is very simple. I'm going to type a number. As you can see here, I've just typed a number in my hotbar. The first person to guess the number gets to pick the final tune of the day. This is first come, first serve. I've picked a number between 1 and 10. 0 does not count. The first person to get it gets to choose the final tune of the day. You get one guess each. There are enough people in here for everyone to get one guess each. So if you go at your peril, if you go first and get it wrong, people know that won't be the number. But I have put a number in the chat. If you get it right, you get to choose the final tune of the day, or you get to nominate someone else to pick the final tune of the day who is currently in the chat. So there we go. Keep going through. Emmy Styles with a 4. No, it is not 4. 4 is off the table. You've gone first, and you've guessed. Kome, it is not 10. Quahar with the 6. Quahar's got it, people. Let's go. Mr. Myde unlucky. It was 6. Quahar's got it in 3. That's the quickest. That's the quickest anyone has ever got this game. Actually, no, Kome's got it a couple of... Kome won it like 3 weeks in a row once. Faith saying, why does everything Kome says crack me up? I don't know. Funny. That's why. Faith saying 7, Vink saying 7, Ugo saying 8. We have a winner, guys. It's Quahar. Quahar has won today's requested number game. Right, you get to pick the final tune of the day. Make it a good one. Out to everyone throwing their numbers in. You've got to be quick with this game. I've got to say, you've got to be quick with it. I tried to make it fair. I think this is quite a fair way of doing the final tune of the day. I know there's different internet speeds and stuff, but you still get the luck of the draw. You've still got a 1 in 10 chance of getting it right. The earlier you go, the more likely you know. Right, react to Overdose by Dunny featuring Oxlade. A great way to round off. I think I saw this one land. Is this recent? I got a funny feeling this is moderately recent. Is it recent? No, it's a year ago. Cool. Ignore me. I don't have a clue what I'm talking about, clearly. Right then, friends. Let's get some energy going for the final tune of the day. The winner of the numbers game is, of course, Quahar. Tommy Luma saying, please react to this one. I mean, I just gave you an opportunity. You could have put a number forward, and you haven't. So, unfortunately, I won't be reacting to that one today. Get your request in early, or play the numbers game. They're the two ways of doing it. Apologies, I can't get into it, but there's only so much I can do. I said, when did I say we'd go to? I said we'd go to past. We're probably going to be going for a little bit longer. Again, I'm not going to react to it now because we've run out of time. It's that simple. Unfortunately. Anyway, we're going to get into this one then from Dunny as the final track of the day. Exciting stuff.
Mark's work requires the severance procedure, and I'm in the corporate.
Love that tune. And this is going to be the final one, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed the stream. I hope you haven't been annoyed at any of the reaction analysis or anything. Get into the radio voice. Right, final one of the day. Big up each and every one of you who has joined us. If you are still locked in, please throw some fire emojis into the chat. I'm keen to see how many of you are still locked in and have been here since the start. It's so enjoyable doing these live streams on a Friday. Honestly, I look forward to doing them so much because we get to have the interaction, we get to talk about music, and we all get to see about musical opinions and stuff. I honestly look forward to it so much. And I am slowly but surely trying to turn this into a musical forum that we hold on a Friday evening. I see a lot of them happening on Twitter as well about sort of like live music discussions. I'm trying to make this one, the YouTube one. That's what I'm trying to do. But yeah, this is going to be the final one of today. Don't forget as well, if you are around this evening, lock into what is it? Palm Wine Pappy's New Music Friday stream. It's normally on YouTube. I know he's looking for somewhere new to do it, but I'm going to be keeping my eyes peeled. I'm going to be in the chat for that one later on. I love watching that stream. That's definitely the thing I would recommend if you haven't had your fill of musical interactions. Definitely the best place to be. All the latest releases, he pulls them up and goes through all of them. It's like a 2.5 hour stream. So enjoyable. But this is the final one of the day. The sounds of Dunny, the Overdose remix featuring Oxlade. Oxlade is always on form. I think we've done one Dunny tune before. But yeah, let's get into this one.
Let that go.
Right, that's what I need to see. Produced by King J. Cool, that's what I need to know. I always miss out on production credits on videos. Benny Code is saying, if you can't react to Why by Rema on this live stream, can you please make a reaction video to it later? Thanks in advance. Again, because we are so stacked up with the requested videos, the best way to get your request in is to get in early on one of the live streams. Literally, throughout the day, if you are locking in and you are looking at YouTube, if you see the live go live on a scheduled post, literally, just get into the chat and put your request in as early as you can. That's the best way. I know these streams are going to grow and grow and grow, and it is always going to be, as far as I'm aware, a first come, first serve basis. Literally, the thing to do is to get into the chat and get your request in as early as you can. Before we go live, we tend to put the video up at about sort of 1, 2-ish. That's the best way to get in. That's all I can say. Right, we're going to get into this one now then. Dunny, this one is the Overdose remix. Let's crack on.
People they ask me, say, what do you give me top or down?
So much reverb on the vocal.
Give me now just love. I they ask you, say, what do you give me top or down?
Wicked voice though.
Tell me, say, what do you give me now just love? Juma, so Juma, where you go, I wanna go, Juma, baby boy, so Juma, oh, Juma got my Juma, baby boy.
She's got a wicked vocal, man. Quite mid-range in the way it sounds. A lot of kind of lower textures in there as well, which isn't that common for a female vocal, but her vocal's very, very potent in the kind of mid-range. Really, really nice. Really heavy use of reverb on this one, almost drowning the rest of the mix down. Her vocal is kind of covering everything. It's almost as if the reverb that's been used has kind of spread her vocal frequencies across everything else, which works really, really nicely. Really nice instrumental as well. Loving the kind of the intensity of the shakers. They're really prominent in the mix on this one. Again, bassline solid. Nice percussion on here as well. It's sounding good.
Where you go, I wanna go, baby boy, so hey, you have captured my heart, oh. Love me, the way that you give me love now. Touch me, the way that you give me love now. Overdose, the way that you give me love now.
Low end on this is slapping. Now, the maddest thing is, Oxlade has quite a high-ended vocal. He's going to cut through so cleanly on this. It's gonna. I'm expecting Oxlade's section on this to sound fantastic, guys. In the chat on the right-hand side, let me know how you're feeling about this one. It's the last track of the day, so I want to see as many of you getting involved as you possibly can. Thank you all for joining us. I appreciate each and every one of you taking the time on your Friday to enjoy, or hopefully enjoy the stream we're putting together. But please do let me know in the chat how you are feeling on this one. Give me a rating out of 10 and why you are feeling that way about it. It's quite a clean tune, I've got to say. Faith saying nice harmony right there.
Love me, the way that you give me love now. Touch me, the way that you give me love now. Overdose, the way that you give me love now. Overdose, the way that you give me love now.
Let them know. Oxlade from Africa. Everything I got for you is true love.
Ah, it's exactly what I wanted the Oxlade verse to do, man. This guy's vocals are crazy. Like, the way he fills out, like, the top half of any instrumental. If the instrumental is quite low-end bass, which this one is, he just sounds so clean over the top half of the frequency spectrum. Just covers everything. It's ridiculous. Loving the kind of subtle intro in the intro in the video as well. Really nice kind of turn and just kind of going, hi, I'm here, I'm Oxlade. Nice to see you all. I'm going to sing really, really well and impress everyone. Really nice. I've got to say, Dunny sounds great on this. I want to make sure I'm not underselling what Dunny's done. Her voice is wicked, really nicely processed as well. It works really It works really well over what would be a difficult thing to kind of process because of how much mid and low end is in the instrumental, whether it be percussion or bass line or melody. Her vocal still cuts through really cleanly, which on a technical level it shouldn't. If we're being from like a production angle, it shouldn't, but they've found a way of getting her vocal through, which works very nicely. Faith saying nice harmony right there. I've already said that. Quite hard, giving this one a 10 out of 10, as you are allowed to with your thing on here. Alongside this, Emmy Styles saying, loving it, Faith, with the 8.5 out of 10. Keep these ratings coming, guys. Keep them coming.
I no go marry another person except you. Overdose. Give me love in overdose. Overflow. Money on top your head, overflow. Overdose. Give me love in overdose. Overflow.
The harmonies on this are outstanding, man. The way they're sitting on top of each other is absolutely crazy. The depth, it feels like the vocal just cuts through the mix down so cleanly, and it just kind of angles off and just slowly dissipates across the soundscape. It sounds fantastic. Video's nice as well, quite homespun, quite simple in the way it's been put together, literally just outside with people singing. Sounds good, looks good. It's a very nice kind of simple visual accompaniment to what is a very complex arrangement. Out to Ugo saying, one big reason I come to this channel is to understand sound engineering in more depth. Again, I like talking about sound engineering. Literally, I spend a lot of my time kind of responding to people about how they can improve tunes or what they can do. I genuinely love talking about like the kind of complexities of sonics. Again, I've never really been trained in it. It's just something that I've kind of picked up over the years, and I really like talking about it. So I'm glad that you enjoy listening. Emmy Styles with this one, a 7 out of 10. Kome with the 8 out of 10. We'll give this one a couple of more seconds, and then we're going to round off tonight's stream, guys. It's been so good to talk to so many many of you. Let's get some fire emojis in the chat one time if you have enjoyed this stream. If you enjoyed the stream, throw some fire emojis in the chat, because I've enjoyed it, so I'm going to put some in myself.
Love me, the way that you give me love now. Touch me, the way that you give me love now. Overdose, the way that you give me love now. Overdose, the way that you give me love now. Love me, the way that you.
There we go then, people. This is going to be the last one of the day. Dunny, the Overdose remix featuring Oxlade. What a cool screenshot to finish on as well. Guys, it's been a pleasure. I have very much enjoyed myself this evening. It's been very fun to kind of talk to so many of you. And obviously, of course, get into some very exciting musical, exceptional flavour, as we always like to do. Ugo saying Oxlade is most likely to steal the show on his collaborations. I'd agree, to be honest with you. Every time Oxlade appears, he has this very unique kind of factor about him. Like, he's able to always just be the central point of view. And it's crazy. Crazy to watch. But there we go, guys. That is going to be the last one from us. Again, a massive thank you to each and every one of you for locking in this evening. I've had a great time, and I hope you have as well. Really enjoyed the selection today. This might have been my favourite set selection-wise. Of course, we're going to be uploading the clips individually, as many of them as we can, and then alongside this as well, we are also going to be getting into more reactions over the course of the weekend, and obviously getting into some more news sections as well. Thank you for everyone who has contributed to the news section today as well. I'm always keen to kind of expand what we're doing with the channel, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot more stuff as we move forward. A lot more DJ content as well. A massive shouts out to everyone who's checked out the new Alkaline guest mix as well. The Celebrating series I'm really enjoying doing, and everyone who's checked out the new episode of The Pull-Up. We've actually hit record figures on the channel in regards to the amount of plays we're getting. We've gone over 165k this month, which is absolutely crazy. Over the last 28 days, that's the highest it's ever been, 168. Ridiculous. It's fluctuating between 165 and 168, I think. I need to clarify, but it's around that sort of figure, and it's the last highest point we had was 160, so we're now up to over that, and we are growing. So big up to each and every one of you for joining us. I can't thank you enough. I love doing this YouTube stuff, and I love exploring Sonics. It's my favourite thing to do in the world, so big up each and every one of you. Out to RIP Krama saying Vendetta. Big up. Big up you. And yeah, keep it locked and don't go anywhere, my friends. I hope you've had a good time. I hope you enjoyed the stream as much as I have. Out to I Am Too Shy. Out to Rakaya joining us as well. Out to each and every one of you. It's got to the point now where I can't go up and list everyone's names, because I'd add an extra 10 minutes onto the stream. There are that many of you joining us, and it's so fun to see. Big up each and every one of you. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and we shall see you all soon. Keep it locked and don't go anywhere. Before you do that, actually, I've just remembered I need to do some advertising. Follow the playlist. Follow the Spotify playlist. We're trying to really turn up the numbers on this. And I'm updating it near enough every single day at the moment. There's been so many new releases. Fresh Afrobeat flavour over on Spotify. There is a link in the description down below. Go and give the playlist a follow if you're interested in keeping up to date with the latest releases. Yeah, that's very fun. I enjoy doing that. And then, of course, if you are following the channel, make sure you go and follow the TikTok as well. Loads of DJ content going up on there as we speak. I'm recording a new one tomorrow, I believe. If not, it'll be the day after. But there we go. Right, guys, enjoy your weekend. That's it from me. I'm going to shoot off now. Have a good one, and we'll catch you all next time. Peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, Cubcamtv. Stay locked.